As you see on the thumbnail, we're going to talk about Ozone's PowerPack, their new downwind specific Parawing, and it's quite interesting. Now before we get into the video, I'm trying to beat a friend of mine on the race to 2,500 followers on Instagram, so maybe while you're watching the video, just give me a follow on Instagram, Matt on Foil, that would be super nice. But let's get into the Parawing video. Welcome to Matt on Foil.
Why is not everyone doing this? Oh my god.
Full disclosure, I'm not paid by any brand who makes Parawings to make a good video. And here again, I was able to test that Parawing. It's my friend's, and I was able to use it a couple of weeks ago on Lake Neuchâtel. It was windy, I was on a downwind, so I took it out. Now, first of all, if you take it out, you realize there are some differences to the Pocket Rocket. Yes, short lines, the A lines are super compact, there are no knots or splicing there, so you can just easily pack it down. First of all, let's take it out of that bag. That bag you can bring on the water as well. I haven't used it that way because it seems kind of fiddly, and yeah, I had gloves on because it was super cold. So let's take it out of that bag. And you immediately notice that it's pretty light material again. You know that from the Pocket Rocket. You can see the lines are colored, so you know which ones are the A lines. They're thick lines as well, so you can really feel that. The bar, super light, quite small, so good to pack, and there's no B line on the bars, which is quite nice actually. There are just a few lines on the brake lines as well, and you can really feel that the reinforcements, the battens, are super nice. There are lines as well in between the sections, and yeah, it looks good. So when I was out on the water, I used a 4-meter cloud from Tacoon. It was super nice to get me on foil, to get downwind. When I was on the water and the wind picked up a little bit, I thought, all right, let's change it to the 3-meter PowerPack, because it's supposed to have more low-end grunt than the upwind designed Parawings. I realized that it is super easy to steer, it's reactive, but really not twitchy at all. So it's really nice to fly, and yes, super comfortable. What is important to know is that if you come from a Pocket Rocket and that thing pulls you forward, so on your board before being on foil, that you just want to like go crosswind and go fast before you engage the foil and get on foil, the PowerPack is a little different, because if you hold it, it steers you downwind. So you really want to go downwind to get on foil and have like this parachute feeling. So it's not pulling you forward, but it's pulling you downwind. And it's just a little different. It's a little bit different technique. You need to be aware of that. Once you're on foil, yes, it's super easy to stash due to the lines that are going directly to the front of the Parawing, and the ears, they flap a little bit. So that's also their design. Look, I don't have a problem with Ozone at all. I just think that people who are saying that this is the best Parawing for downwinding because the redeploy is 100%, that's just not true, because it might be 100% for them in a certain area on a certain level, but people who just maybe get into Parawinging or are intermediate as I am, it's just not 100%. And that's not, yes, due to the Parawing, that's due to my mistakes, but then again, who can say it's 100%? Now, I want to compare the PowerPack to the North Ranger, because they're both downwind Parawings. On one side, you have the PowerPack. It is new, it's got these special features, it's got that super clean bar, and really like stashing it in the front lines with the ears flapping, it makes sense that it doesn't swirl around. But I used a 2.2 North Ranger last time I was downwinding in a little over 30 knots. And honestly, that worked super well as well. Plus, I really think the backpack you get with the North Parawing is way better. So which one to pick? The North one is cheaper. For me personally, I would take the North one. Then again, you can say, well, if it's just for downwinding, take any cheap Parawing. Yes, that might be true, But the lower aspect, the ones that are designed for just downwinding and not going back upwind, they're simpler. They have a little more low-end grunt, so that might be a good thing. Then again, who wants to have 10 different Parawings for each situation? That's a really difficult part. For myself, I have a bunch of Parawings as I'm testing it, and I always want to sell them. So I still have a 5.3 Paia, the double skin from BRM, has a super upwind angle, and the top end is really almost never maxed out because it just goes much further towards the wind window. So the high end is really good. Anyway, the PowerPack is a super Parawing, and if you have the money, get one, of course. Just don't expect it to be the best ever and there's nothing better coming along and everything's gonna be easy, because that's just not what it is. Well, that was my honest review. Ozone, if you watch this and you're not happy, I'm sorry about that. As I've said, it's a good Parawing, but that's just my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, please tell me why in the comments. If you liked it, maybe share it with your friends, and see you guys in the next one.